All right, everybody. This is Joshua Dearden with Dearden 2007 on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and get started, hoping I can get some people to join in, but um, I'm going to get started. I'm going to share this. Now, one of the main things that I wanted to talk about today is, as the title says it, I got banned off of TikTok permanently. I had over 600, I had over 63,000 followers on TikTok. My old handle on TikTok was Joshua L. Dearden. It's Deardn. TikTok banned me permanently. I filed an appeal, never heard back from it. I created a new TikTok. My new TikTok is Dearden 2007. At this point, I have 190 followers on TikTok. It took me 3 years to get to 63,000 followers on TikTok, and I still am only at 647 followers or subscribers, that is, on YouTube. My current goal right now is to reach 1,000. I have 647. I hope you all will help me reach my goal and get to 1,000 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it. Forgive the sign. My iPad. I'm trying to have it play in the background. Pretty soon, I want to have a TV in the background that plays it in much bigger quality. Click that like button, y'all. Don't forget to click the like button. It greatly helps the channel. It helps me get out there to more viewers. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell. That way, every time that I upload a video, you'll get notified. So, this canceling people on TikTok, I believe it's a long list of haters. Let's see if I can improve the. I believe there's a long list of haters on TikTok just out there trying to report and cancel anybody that doesn't fit the narrative that they're trying to present, that doesn't support solely women's rights and doesn't solely benefit women. Anything that questions anything a woman does, they report it. Or TikTok just don't support it. Now, me, on the fence of that, or on the other side of the fence of that, I support men's rights. I support benefiting men, helping men learn how not to be effed over by women, how not to be taken advantage of, how not to have the system screw you over, and not be put in that situation to be screwed over. Now, my videos probably aren't for everyone, and my niche of videos range from personal videos, trucking videos when I was trucking. I'm now doing construction and woodworking. Right here, it's a almost finished file cabinet. Needs a little bit more work, but I've worked hard on it. It's going to be very, very big drawers that'll allow for much more storage than any of those metal. My cats are jungle monkeys in here. It'll allow for a lot more storage than those crappy metal file cabinets that you can get at the Walmart or the office supply stores. And The price you get for the big ones that has the side, the pull out where the files go sideways rather than you pull the drawer in and out and the files go inside the cabinet. This one, you open the drawers, the files are sideways. And it's going to have the drawer is going to be 22 inches long, and it's going to have a section for files on the front of the drawer and a section for the files on the back of the drawer. There'll be 2 of those drawers. I think I might be able to fit a third one, but so far I measured for 2 and left a little extra for an additional drawer. I just got done. I'm almost done building a vanity for a lady. It's looking really good. I'll show you that right now. Hopefully we can get that to look decent on the screen from my phone. So, yeah, it's almost done. It just needs a little work, a little more paint, and I'm going to turn the brightness down. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, it's not, there you go. So I've built vanities. I'm improving my tools. I'm learning the business. I'm trying to improve on the craft and market it and pay the sales tax, and I'm getting into it all. It's slow learning, but I'm getting there. So, yeah, I think it's really messed up. There's a lot of TikTokers that are getting canceled. Fresh and Fit got canceled. MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. His TikTok got canceled. He just started over. He has about 160 followers, but his YouTube channel is still fully solid. So within a day or two, he'll probably have back to 1 million or more followers that he used to have. But the sad thing is, it really is sad that you can't even talk about the issues that men are going through in society and how the dating market has become impossible, like deeply, regrettably, horribly impossible for men. While women, on the other hand, are living life on easy mode when it comes to the dating market. All women have to do, i.e. the attractive women who have a high sexual market value in society, that they live life on easy mode. They really do. They're able to just exist and everything comes to them. Just shows up for them. Now, a lot of people might not agree with me. I'm not the only one that believes this. If you watch Fresh and Fit, MTR, Better Bachelor, Tom Leykis show, Paul Elam, A Voice for Men, An Ear for Men, Men Are Good, Karen Strawn, just about every men's activist group has done our research. We know what we're talking about. And women may not like what they hear. They might not appreciate what they're hearing. They may want to argue what I'm saying, and I am fully and completely interested in allowing female guests to come on and discuss their opinion on the matter, to discuss their thoughts on the matter. Any arguments you might have, any discussions you want to have. I am definitely looking to get guests on the show. Wish I could zoom this in. I've got the biggest iPad, but just trying to promote my channel, my Instagram, all that. But I mean, it's just sad that I put so much work into promoting my TikTok, my YouTube, everything. I was able to get my TikTok up to 63,000 followers. I don't know how I got there so fast. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. Now that I got that out of the way, the one thing I'd really like to discuss at this moment in time is what my channel is all about and what my goal is in all the things that I discuss. My goal is, and always has been, when I started doing YouTube videos, I needed an outlet, an internal escape from the pain of losing my wife and the courts taking my child away because of stupid reasons. I needed an outlet. I fought tooth and nail to get my son. I shouldn't have to have had to fight, but Kansas is a mother state. And I'm going to leave it at that. It's depressing to even think about. It's been 14, 15 years of fighting this fight. My cats. But father's rights is one of the biggest things that I fight for. Fathers do matter in a family. A child's health is 10 to 20. I'm mumbling right now. A child's mental health and life is 100 times better with a father in the home. Even if the father doesn't live in the same household. A child that has a father in his life or her life is 10 times more likely to live a better value of life. Fathers keep daughters off the pole and sons out of jail. That's a fact. So, now that I'm done speaking that, I want to read one of my blog posts. I'm trying to get this out there as to why my channel discusses what I discuss. Sometimes I do travel. Sometimes I do woodworking. Sometimes I do my discussions on dating and relationships. But the majority of my videos are discussing some of the struggles that men face in dating and relationships, in marriages, in custody, divorce. It's just the discussion involves my research. It involves the struggles that men go through. So I'm going to read this, and hopefully this will explain so people can stop judging and assuming that I'm some kind of hater or something. Because that's far from who I am. That's not my goal to hate on anybody. I don't have any hatred. I'm just speaking facts. I'm I'm not a creator of weather. I simply report the weather. And by weather, I'm talking about life. I don't create the world that we live in. I simply report the facts of the world that we live in. Let me repeat that one more time. I do not create the weather or the world that we live in. I simply live in it, and I report the weather, and I report the facts, and I discuss the facts. I'm using my God given First Amendment freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to speak my mind. A lot of things that I argue is that a lot of people want to place hatred, or they want to argue that they don't like someone's content, so they quickly want to run and feel offended or report or something. Have you ever heard the saying, if you don't like what you're seeing, swipe left, swipe right, click next, close the window, stop watching? If something bothers you, why are you watching it? Or why are you continuing to watch something? Why would you report something that just because you don't like what someone has to say? You've got to see the argument is not everybody is going to like everything I say. Not everybody's going to like what you say. But how would you feel if all you're trying to do is discuss the truth, the logic, the facts that can be backed up by research, things that can benefit men, help men? Not only will it benefit men, but it might even help women understand what men are thinking, what we're going through. It doesn't matter if the women don't care what men go through, but it does matter if there are women who would like to understand what men are trying to put out there in the world. I think that we are creating way too much divisiveness in the world. We have too much hatred, too much white on black, black on white, green on green, India versus America, America versus Russia, Russia versus Ukraine, China versus Japan, Japan versus America, Tokyo, whatever. The point is, whatever happened to everybody coming together? I remember there was a song with Michael Jackson, a whole bunch of people saying, "We are the world." It was a beautiful song. I'm not seeing a whole lot of united front. I'm not seeing a whole lot of people coming together and being one. I'm seeing a lot of divisiveness. Men versus women, women versus men, Chinese versus America, America versus Russia, Russia versus Ukraine, Ukraine versus whatever. I look, I'm not keeping up with the politics. That's not my point. My point is we need a lot more unity in the world. and a lot less hatred and divisiveness. And in some small way, my goal is to create less divisiveness so that not only can women and men understand each other better, but there'd be a lot less, I don't know. Some of my questions, some of the things I talk about, while they may not be for everyone, and if it is not my intent to harm or offend anybody, that's not my goal. I argue with my girlfriend, I argue with my friends, I argue with my mom. They always say that I sound like I'm downgrading women, and I'm not. It doesn't matter if someone says the sky is blue or the sky is fucking blue. They're both true. They're both logically true. Now, some would argue that the sky isn't blue. You're just seeing whatever, something with your color, whatever. But visually, the sky is blue. It doesn't matter how it's said. If it's true and it's backed up by logic, the truth is the truth. It doesn't matter how someone says it. There is no difference. Now, you may not like the way it's presented or how it's said. Some people handle things differently. Some people don't like cuss words and things like that. I get it, but it's not a reason to go on the attack and hate on someone because they said the sky is fucking blue. So, yeah, I speak rash, and sometimes I speak with a little frustration in my voice. It's not my intent to harm or upset anybody. I don't want to create divisiveness. I'm just trying to create content that I believe in, content that I'm passionate about, stuff that I see in the world that bothers me, and I'm fighting a battle in my mind of how fucked up it is and some of the things that people struggle with, guys struggle with. So, again, I understand my content isn't for everyone. I'm new to this. I've been doing it for a while, but I would like to, do some collaboration with people on YouTube. I would like to learn some ways I can improve and get more views and more likes and more comments. Anything just to get my videos out there. I'm learning. And maybe you guys can help me get there. Comment below. Give me some tips. I'll listen. Doesn't mean I'll do everything that I'm being commented, but I will take and read every comment. Heck, some of your comments might even make it in my next video. So, again, I'm going to read this. I haven't started, but I just needed to get all that out there. So, I wrote this blog post on April 11th, 2021, and it still reigns true. My blog and podcast and all the videos are based solely on teaching men how to live life more abundantly and teaching men how to handle their money, time, and resources more successfully so that they can be more careful with who they choose to allow into their lives. In a society where men are being divorced and taken for all their money, homes taken away from them, they end up homeless, boys are being kicked out of colleges for things they never did. In the court system, it's always been innocent until proven guilty. But most colleges nowadays, it's become that you're guilty until you're proven innocent. And that's just wrong. In most cases, it comes down to the fact that just one accusation can destroy a man's life, career. Sorry, I lost my place. Yeah, sorry. And in most cases, it's come down to the fact that one accusation can destroy a man and his life because his reputation and status might be destroyed by just an allegation. With no evidence being presented, men's lives are being destroyed. So knowing that over the last year, I've talked 6 men and 2 women off the ledge from attempting suicide. And that's something I'm proud of. I'd like to help a lot more. I've taught them how to make themselves a priority above and beyond anyone else. And to teach them to stop caring what their family wants, what their friends want. Stop caring what other people want you to be. Start caring what you as a human being want to do with your life. If it makes you happy, do it. With that being said, I'm quoting Paul Elam from A Voice for Men. Shout out to Paul Elam on A Voice for Men and An Ear for Men. Check him out on his channels. But here's the quote he said that I exponentially agree with. The struggle is particularly important as the lack of identity and understanding may well result in some serious problems. Among them are family dysfunction, substance abuse, suicide, violence, anxiety, depression, shame, and a lack of self-respect that crosses the line into self-hatred. It's not that the current crisis of male identity is the sole cause of the problems, because it certainly isn't. Family dysfunction is a self-perpetrating formality passed down from parents to children. In and out of itself, it has little to do with the modern masculinity. Alcoholism is not a male problem, nor is violence or any other forms of abuse. Domestic violence is not solely a male issue. There are victims of domestic violence. I'm just adding that in there. That's not in the quote. But finishing the quote, he said, though professionals practicing under a feminist shingle may send that very message. So, the next discussion that I go into is a lot of women argue and complain that why is it okay that men can go have sex with as many women as they want, but a woman can't. All right? We'll get into that here in a second. But right now I'm quoting Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Fresh and Fit on this one. According to Myron, and it's very true, I want you to close your eyes for a minute and just hear the words, picture what I'm saying, and it'll make sense. A key that opens any lock is a master key. But a lock that opens to any key is a shitty lock. Men and women are different. A good analogy about why men can have sex with multiple women and women can't have a past. For the simple fact that most men don't want a woman with a past. Most women want a man that is successful. Men don't want a woman with a promiscuous past. Let's dive deeper into that. We ain't talking about the average men when we talk about this, okay? We have girls all over the internet crying, why can't I find a wealthy man or a top 1% man? The fact remains, girls, that these women who are dating these 1% men, six-pack abs, six-figure income, 6 foot tall, I don't know, $100,000, whatever, six-figure income, owns her own home, has a car. What these women don't understand is the studies prove that the top 10 to 20% of men are dating 80% of women. What does that mean? It means that 80% of women in America are sharing the same guys because the 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 average earned income in America today is $40,000 to $50,000 a year. A lot of women nowadays are saying they want a man that makes 6 digits, $100,000 or more a year. That's less than 1% of the U.S. male population who makes $100,000 or more a year. Why would those men want to date a woman with a promiscuous past when they can afford to date younger, hotter, more attractive women who don't have a promiscuous past? Because most men want a woman who can give birth. And when you're older and you have a huge body count and you're wealthy as a man, a wealthy man is not going to want to marry and date a girl who has 20, 30 times 6 of that, make it 100. Those girls are less likely to be able to give birth at an older age. It's been proven that from 26 years old and above, you are less likely to have a healthy pregnancy. A lot of women want to wait till they're in their 30s and 40s to have children, but by then, you start losing the ability to give a healthy life to a child. It's not my opinion, it's proven. Done the research. So, there's some questions, but during these questions, I need all my viewers to understand. I need you to remember that on this podcast, I do not focus on the minority or the exceptions to the rules. On this podcast, we focus on the majority of women. And the majority of women do not care what men want or what they're going through. And what I mean by minority versus the minority are the ones where these don't fit you. So if I say there's a lot of women that cheat. You say I've never cheated. I might call BS, but if you've never cheated, that would make you the exception to the rule minority. But the majority of women have cheated. The majority of women fit everything that I talk about on my channel. Now, doesn't mean that I have any bias or hatred or anything like that. I'm simply reporting the news, the weather. I do not create the weather. I do not create the world that we live in. I do not create the dating system. I didn't create none of the things that are going on in society. I simply report the news. I simply report the weather. I simply bring facts, logic, reason, and I discuss things. And the thing that cracks me up when people get offended, and mostly it's girls who get offended, the thing that cracks me up is if women don't like the discussion if they don't like the things that are being said about how 80% of women in America file divorce, even when the man has done nothing to cause harm, neglect, or anything to the woman. And I say it's not in the benefit of men to get married anymore. When the court is involved in you, when the government and courts are involved in your marriage, and your woman, or if you are the woman in the marriage and you're watching, you are backed by the government and incentivized to divorce your husband, and the man 9 times out of 10 loses everything. Loses his home, his children, 50% of everything he owns. Marriage benefits the woman. It does not benefit the man. I say the only benefit of marriage is for the benefit of the children. Marriage benefits the family unit. But financially, logically, keeping men safe in society, do not marry anymore. And women, if you don't like what I'm about to say, maybe you should talk to your congressman. Maybe you should talk to the government. Maybe you should fight that the government stays out of your marriage. But I'm telling you, men should not get married anymore. There is no benefit anymore in society for men to get married. Period. It's logic. It's my belief. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. Marriage benefits the children. It benefits the wife. It does not benefit the man. So again, back to what I was saying. In everything that I'm saying, I need my viewers to understand I'm not attacking women. I'm not insulting women. I'm not trying to degrade women. I'm simply reporting the weather. I do not create the weather. I simply report it. The thing is, we have a bunch of social conventions in place that make women feel good for their bad decisions and choices. If you're a woman and you're fat, women say, love your curves, girl. But when you're fat as a man, everyone makes fun of the guy, telling him, sorry, restart my little slideshow. Everyone tells the guy that if you're fat as a dude Everyone makes fun of the guy telling him to lose weight. Men hold each other accountable. Men understand there's an invisible burden of performance for men, but there is not an invisible burden of performance for women. Because if a woman is overweight, we have a lot of social conventions that makes women feel good for their bad decisions and their bad choices. We live in a world where women are allowed to be delusional. Men cannot. Men cannot go around living in this fairy tale and delusion of living off of our vanity, thinking that we'll be able to be successful in life by our looks. No, men are chained to our desks until the day we die. We are required to do our job, to provide, protect, sacrifice until the day we die. And if we don't, we're either labeled losers, we end up homeless, we lose everything, we don't get women, we get nothing. While women simply have to exist. Because the truth is, in life, a man creates his value. Women are born with value and have to keep up on their value, i.e., their beauty. A man's value is financial resources, his job, his income, his what he can bring to the table. A woman simply has to be beautiful. A bonus would be that women are more peaceful, submissive, feminine. Men don't like masculine energy women. We don't. So, I think I'm going to end it with this. I have questions, but these questions are intended to be asked to females, so I can't really dive into that. It would be great if I could have some guests on the show that could join in. I could ask these questions, but I'll get into that at a later time. But again, my channel isn't solely on the men's issues and men's rights and discussing the struggles that men face. I also do woodworking. I also discuss personal things, life, photography. I do photography. I do web design. I do a little bit of what I can. I'm a gamer. I'm trying to get into streaming my gaming also. Look forward to that. But a lot of people, I need my followers and my subscribers to understand it is not my intent to harm or upset or offend anybody. I'm simply speaking on the things that interest me, things that I can do to help men see what's really going on out here rather than living the blue pill life. Men need to live a red pill life. And by red pill, I mean open your eyes, stop living in this delusional world that everything's okay and everything is going to be okay forever. It's not. You have to fight. You have to work. You have to up your money. You have to educate your mind. You got to invest your money. Stop spending your money. Stop spending money on ungrateful women. Start investing your money into yourself and be smart with your money. Period. There are good women out there. I will admit there are good women out there, but they're much harder to find. And there are good men out there. But here's the facts, Jack. Good men, we don't get no play. It doesn't pay. It doesn't benefit you to be nice. Don't be nice. Be real. Be smart. Be logical. Be aware of what's going on around you. Don't be a simp. Don't spend extravagant amounts of money on ungrateful women. Don't go to nothing crazy fancy on a first date. Heck, a picnic, a walk is much better than spending thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on a first date. Because the truth is, no matter how much you spend on a first date, you'll never be able to top that. Start small. Watch the girl. Watch how she interacts with you. Watch how she treats you. Find out if she's, beneficial to you. Watch and see if she brings value to your life. Anybody that brings value to your life is worth sticking around in your life. Anybody who is there for you definitely helps create value. Value and intimacy and loyalty and respect is huge. Communication is huge. But anything that benefits a man's existence is going to attract that man to you. So why don't you start by being more feminine and less masculine? Let me ask you a question. This is another quote from Myron Gaines. A lot of girls nowadays, they're like, I'm feminine with the right guy. No. So what you're saying is you're only conditionally feminine for the right guy. And Myron Gaines, his little comeback, and I'm quoting Myron Gaines. Respect and shout out to Fresh and Fit on this. He said, being conditionally masculine is the same as me walking up to you at a dance club in high heels and a skirt and saying, trying to hit on you, and you reject me and say, oh, you're not my type. And I don't remember how he worded it, but he goes, oh, no, I'm not normally like this. I'm only conditionally masculine for the right woman. See the comparison? If you want to attract men, stop bringing masculine energy. Start being more feminine. You can have all the standards you want. Doesn't mean you're going to find the right guy if your standards are skyrocketing. But if you bring more feminine energy and less masculine energy, and you show respect while demanding respect, if you show reciprocation in any friendship, relationship, bond, anything, you're 10 times likely to attract a good man. You can't expect a man to always be masculine. Well, we are always masculine, but you can't, let me rephrase that. You can't sit there and be conditionally feminine for the right guy while demanding men always be masculine. Now, we are always masculine, but if you bring more feminine energy into your conversations and your actions, you're 10 times likely to attract the right dude. You're 10 times likely to be a lot more attractive if you bring more feminine energy. Nobody wants a mouthy, masculine energy woman. And don't pull that stunt of trying to say that you just can't handle a bad bitch. No, 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 no. No, no, no. That's not even an argument. You want to attract a good man? Bring feminine energy. You can argue all you want. Facts are facts. Men are attracted to a woman who is attractive, submissive, loyal, respectful, and feminine. Trust me, that's what we want. We don't want a mouthy woman who's got 5 kids from 5 different guys. We don't want single moms. A lot of us are smart. Don't date single moms either. And if you do, make sure it's a good one. Because there's a lot of men in society nowadays, and I've read the court documents where they were proven biologically by DNA tests not to be the father, and they're still being forced to pay child support. If you can honestly tell me that's not fucked up, then there's something wrong with you. Let me give you a story. All right? There's a kid. Dad's at work. Mom's in the house. Kid's riding down the street in a skateboard. Has a bad accident. Ends up in the hospital. Dad gets called down to the hospital so he can donate blood. Dad shows up. He goes and gets tested so he can donate the blood. Guess what? Guess who's not the father? You guessed it. He's not the father. Guess who is the father? The neighbor. The neighbor is the father of that child. Now, this father raised this child from the age of birth all the way up to now. This kid is 10 years old. He can't donate to this child. The mother knew it the entire time. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, so what? Whatever. No. I want you to stop for a minute and imagine being that father who raised that child from the age of 0 to 10 years old and has a bond with that child. Can you not see the disheartening credit or the heartbreak that guy might be facing? Not only that child is not his, but the fact that the mother was unfaithful, his wife was unfaithful with the neighbor. That's a problem. We have paternity fraud, false paternity, false rape, false sexual assault. So many things I could go on and on and on about, but it's all being swept under the rug. On my channel, I don't sweep it under the rug. I talk about it. These are things that are going on. It's a problem. It shouldn't be going on. And we need to talk about it more. I just realized I put in my code. Oh well. Whatever. We need to put it in. We need. Everyone knows my code now. We need to talk about all these issues more. I will talk about these issues because it's sad, man. It's depressing to think. It happens, and it's happening every day. And nobody, not the courts, not the feminists, we've got great, we got some great YouTubers who are creating the content and spreading the word and getting it out there. And I'm just trying to do the same thing. I understand my content is not for everybody. I understand that. But I'm simply hoping that I can get some people to tag along, watch my content, talk with me, comment below, like my videos. Let's have a discussion. Even if you don't agree with it, even if you don't like it, comment. Let's talk. Help me reach my goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. I have 647 subscribers right now. Help me reach my goal of 1,000. I'm not biased in any way. I'm simply reporting the way things are. I don't like the way things are, but I still have every right in my First Amendment, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, to discuss the things that I'm interested in talking about. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm not being degrading. I'm not being profiling anybody. I'm not insulting. I don't know. I can go on for hours and hours, but the fact is, I'm not doing anything that incites harm or violence or rage or anything. And if my content bothers people, I understand there's a lot of content out there I don't like. But when you have feminists out here writing books that says kill all men, go to YouTube and type in kill all men. This feminist wrote a book that says kill all men, and their feminists are praising it, but could you imagine the flip side of that? If a man wrote a book that said kill all women, oh no, there'd be an internet uproar. There would be hell. There'd be feminists coming from every news organization saying this man's a whatever. If what these feminists are saying got the same thing that they are putting out, the internet would uproar. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't say things that are attacking, insulting, and degrading to men while you're sitting there crying that men are degrading you. Do you all understand the definition of misogyny? It is the hatred and or bias against women. Okay? Now what's the flip side of that? Misandry. It is the hatred and or bias against men. So realize that when you are spewing hateful things about men, feminists, and writing books saying kill all men, that's misandry. Saying that men are scum, men are trash, men are this, men are that. It's misandry. It is the hatred and or bias against men. On my podcast, my channel, my videos, some people might say it's misogyny, but you need to show proof of any claim. You can't sit here and say that I'm something that you have no proof of, because never have I ever said that all women are the same, because there are exceptions to every rule. I'm an exception to a lot of rules. The fact remains that my discussions does not involve all women. It involves Most women, because we're speaking in generalities, there's like 8 billion people on a planet. Most women fit the whole of what we're talking about. America has raised a lot of spoiled women who think they don't have to work for a living. Again, not all women. There are some hardworking women, successful women. Don't get offended. But you ask any woman nowadays, they don't want to work. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. They want to be spoiled. They don't want to do anything. Not claiming. I'm speaking exactly the words that come out of most women's mouths nowadays. They don't want to do anything. There are women who work. There are women who are successful. There's some hard-working women. I agree. Those are the exception. The pie. The small percentage of women who know they have to work for a living. But when you're an attractive, young, hot, attractive female who has all these men coming at them, guess what? All you have to do is exist, and the money comes to you. It's a fact. We can talk about that too if you disagree. I would enjoy having a conversation with anybody on this. The more conversations we have, the better. I'm going to end it here. Hours long enough. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. Please click like, subscribe, and comment below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. And if you have any tips or suggestions that you want me to talk about in my next video, if you have any videos that you would like me to react to, send them to my Instagram at Dearden 2013. My Twitter is Dearden. I have a Discord server. You can join my Patreon at patreon.com Dearden2007, where you can see all the behind-the-scenes interviews, full, unedited interviews that I've had in the past with some females and some guys. We discuss a lot of these questions that I ask. If you join my Patreon, you'll get some benefits that you can't get from being on YouTube, ranging from being mentioned in the credits, getting your name on a t-shirt, t-shirts, live Zoom calls with me once a month. I believe that's the $20 tier and above. If you join my Discord, you'll help support the channel. I'm not getting any ad revenue on YouTube. I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. Eventually I will. I'm hoping. I've been working hard towards that goal. But seriously, any of my subscribers that's been here from day one, please comment, like the video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Share the videos, and please watch the entire videos so I can get that watch time. YouTube has they don't only want you to have 1,000 subscribers for them to monetize you. They also require that you have 4,000 hours of watch time in a year's time, I believe. Last I checked, it's a year. You have to have 4,000 hours of active watch time. That means that my subscribers have watched 4,000 hours of my videos, and I'm nowhere near that. So, more videos I get out there, the more views I get, the more likes I get. If you like the video, it does support the channel. It lets YouTube algorithm know that you like what you see. If you have any questions, please comment, reach out to me. Thanks for watching. And thanks for the like, whoever that was. I got one like. That was great.